Good evening, welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now telling you what's going to happen in Venezuela. Donald Trump has made a decision, and we are going to hear his voice and words. What has he said? What is going to happen? If Venezuela will be liberated or not? If the United States will attack or not attack? We are going to give the key points, the details, and above all, what, how, and when Maduro could end up fleeing from Venezuela. Family, your likes, your comments.
Let's get started. Family, good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. The day is coming, the moment is near, the day is coming when Venezuela will be free. Welcome to Strategies Military, our program, favorite of the day, Venezuela. It's not just because it's the latest thing right now. It's what's selling. It's not about that. Just like Venezuela, there are other countries that are going through the same thing. Or worse. It could be Cuba, Mexico, or Nicaragua. It's not fair that our brothers from Hispanic Latin America, South America, Central America, I don't care what you call it. I'm not going to get into that debate right now because it doesn't do anything for me to get into that debate either. The past. What matters to me now is that millions of Venezuelans are waiting. With hope, with excitement. The moment when what we see here in Military Strategies arrives in Venezuela, in the sound of freedom. That's right. The F-planes, 18 have started to fly over Puerto Rico. That means the aircraft carrier has opened the runway. And they're starting to practice, to recognize, to simulate attacks on targets in Venezuela, using Puerto Rico as a combat scenario. During the last 24 to 48 hours, F-18 planes and the United States ship Gerald Ford have started joint maneuvers, not just among themselves, but something even more sinister, something that Nicolas Maduro fears, something he knows that it's the worst thing that could happen to him right now. This that you're going to see here. The F-18S flying, providing security, escorting. The B-52s, the lethal combination of F-35 and F-18 with electronic warfare. The B-52s start patrolling the Caribbean Sea. We don't see them on the radars. We only see small details, small dots. In a puzzle that's starting to come together, the 10,000 pieces of Nicolas Maduro's dictatorial regime are starting to run out. There are only a few left to put in place, very few. Tonight we'll give you some clues. Of a few, please family, if you're with us live, leave your likes, your comments. And I would like to highlight something. Every regime, every dictator, before falling, does the things that Maduro is doing. Is it the nature of the dictator? I don't know. I really don't know. Or is there a book we've missed and don't know about? I'll give you an example. Saddam Hussein. Days before he fell, he appeared in Baghdad in the middle of a square, surrounding himself with people. Another dictator, Mahmoud al-Qaddafi, he appeared in Tripoli, bathing in the crowd just days before being executed. His own people finished him. Saddam was betrayed. His own people did too. So Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro, what's next for him? Nicolas Maduro faces trouble if he remains in Venezuela. Maduro often mentions Libya, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Doesn't he see how those dictators ended up? Bin Laden ended up? Melted Negro, Mullah Omar of Afghanistan, melted Negro. Saddam Hussein, melted Negro. Gaddafi, melted Negro. They have all been falling. It's a bad example to stoop to their level, to put yourself on the same level. Besides being horrible, because they were horrible people, it's dangerous for him. What has Nicolas Maduro done in the last few hours? In the last moments? Nicolas Maduro has started to use the typical technique he always does. To use the population as a human shield. Yes, that's what you're hearing. Maduro has now decided that to go out on the street, to walk around. To walk the streets of Venezuela. The best thing he can do is to call people to accompany him, to form a kind of human shield. So no CIA drone operator dares touch him. He's not stupid, but he's not smart either. That won't protect him for long. Before discussing Venezuela, I want to mention something and show you this. Mexico. The Simba Wall. Donald Trump built a wall on the border to prevent illegal immigrants from entering the United States. Simba. Claudia has built a wall around the palace to prevent her people from demanding explanations. What's the story? What's the story? What's happening in Mexico? Tomorrow is a crucial, important day for the Mexican people. I'm just going to say something. That mural we're viewing will become into a showcase, a global showcase of this. Seeing is believing. I insist on this point. I'm not saying the right is better. I'm not saying the left is better. I'm saying that in Mexico there's a problem. And unfortunately, the president doesn't want to solve it. There is the data. We have provided it. We've given figures, numbers. We've watched videos. We know what's happening there. We can't hide it. Maybe it would be better to solve it. Barriers have been put up. Police deployment has begun. And we really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. What's going to happen in Mexico? It's the third largest military strategy community. We send you a hug, all our respect. And hoping that everything will be peaceful and there will be no violence. I hope it will be that way. Meanwhile, what's happening in the Caribbean Sea? Another ship? It seems like a computer game image, but it's not. At a breakneck speed, sailing across the Caribbean Sea. They keep insisting. It seems that Maduro has either had to raise the pay for making this kind of trip, or they're really desperate, or they're really crazy. They still haven't realized that there are P-8 Poseidon planes patrolling every inch of water in the Caribbean Sea. They still don't get it. How will they understand if the regime has insisted for years that the United States wasn't a military threat? I can't show the full video. We've already lost count. Like on the first day, do you remember when we did the show and we said, oh my God, a sunken ship, Nicolas Maduro. Now it's already become something normal. We don't even do a show anymore just because a ship sinks. What's the point? If we've lost interest, we want more. The human being by his nature always wants more. Is it bad? Being complacent is sometimes not good. In this case, definitely. In the case of Venezuela settling, Maduro staying in power without harming his people isn't enough. He has to go. Everything is set for him to leave, and Donald Trump has taken steps in that direction. We'll see it in a few seconds. What did he say? A decision has been made. The decision about Venezuela has already been made. Before Donald Trump's statement, there was a very important meeting. Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, high-ranking Pentagon officials, making it easier for Trump. The catalog of actions that can be carried out in Venezuela. Three hours ago, the United States ship Wichita, the littoral combat ship 13, a littoral combat ship, departed from the Mayport Naval Base in Florida. Let's see if it goes back to the Caribbean Sea. It could be. More ships, more capacity, more options. The reality is as follows. Donald Trump currently has more than enough capacity to carry out different military operations in Venezuela. We're talking about amphibious assaults, airstrikes, military landings, intelligence operations, destruction of selected targets, decapitation of the regime, or do nothing, stay where he is, sinking little boats. And still no small plane has dared to go out and fly. But speaking of small planes, speaking of the skies, what's going on? Why haven't we seen any small planes being shot down? The flights were canceled. The only planes that are flying are private flights, some of which belong to the Venezuelan government, others are associated, and others belong to the Cubans. Through these private charter flights, is everything being moved through them right now? There's obviously a halt, and this raises the price of raw materials, of flour, and of other things. Gold crisis. Did you know that the price of gold is sky high right now? The market exists and is volatile. He talked too much. Soon, a special guest on military strategies will share the details. How the gold trade is regulated globally. What for? So that it is not gold of illegal origin? But also, how is it that they exalt these kinds of barriers? And how does Nicolas Maduro manage, among other things, to get so much money? By the way, speaking of this, I'll give you some breaking news, thank you. Right now in Venezuela, there is a delegation from Turkey. Officially, to promote Turkey as a tourist destination and as a place for business investment. Unofficially, Maduro would also be asking Turkey for military assistance. In secret. Obviously, they can't do it publicly because Turkey and Donald Trump get along very well. They're allies. And Turkey is a NATO member. But Maduro is a partner of the Turkish government. And you'll understand that the day we talk about gold. Take note, now we'll watch the Turks in Venezuela on video. Dell is playing the hostess. She's the woman of gold. She's the woman who handles the money. The Iwo Jima, the United States ship, sailing together with other ships, still far from Venezuela, in a position between Puerto Rico and the island of Montserrat. That's where it is located. We're going to see it now in a video as well. But families, if you're live with us, it's super important to leave your likes and comments. We need to make sure this live stream gets seen. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for yesterday's live stream. Over 400,000 views, an absolute success. Thank you so much, truly, for your support of the community. We're going to go with Maduro. Let's see. Nicolas Maduro, what has he done? What has he talked about? What has he said? And what situation does all this leave us in right now? That's where we are. Youth rally in support of Maduro. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you guys think we're going to see? Let's talk about it. We're going to get information. We're going to identify things that are out of frame, out of shot. What if it's true that everyone supports Maduro? Or is it really just another stage scene? Let's get to it.
Yes, thank you very much for the informative contact we're establishing at this time, 4:16 in the afternoon. Let's look at this one.
What we're seeing right now is Maduro. There he is, surrounded by the crowd. Maduro's entering the square. Are you seeing this? Flags, young people. Music, festivity, smiles, a crowd, a lot of commotion, a lot of pushing. A mobilization of Comunero youth. Why is Maduro doing this now after weeks of not doing it? Does he want to show that he has support? Maria La Camara watching it because it's amazing. Look at the security. We're going to focus on the topic of security. We're going to focus on the security of Nicolas Maduro. He's being pushed. He's letting himself be touched. He's putting himself in danger around Nicolas Maduro. More than 30 members of the security and care team. Because there are already comments on social media saying that none of them are Venezuelan. People are commenting and saying that they might be from Cuba. Thank you, the famous security team we've always talked about and always mentioned. But there's another detail that stands out and that we haven't seen yet. And now we're going to listen to Maduro speak. We're going to watch him and we're going to comment. We still haven't seen the Russian private military company Warner operators. Where are they and what are they doing? What do they do? Look now, Maduro, look. Hands up. Caps on, security guys. People taking selfies. Start noticing the details. Walkie-talkies. But these people don't appear to be from Venezuela. According to what's been said, according to what's been mentioned. Of course, it would be interesting if someone leaked the identity of these people. At the intelligence level, Maduro spent a long time being pushed, touched, and observed. Appearing without fear. He knew that here, in this place, what we're seeing right now, he wasn't going to be attacked. What did he say?
All right, let's go, Nico. What a huge march. You know, I've been watching you all since early on. Huh? You walked about 8 kilometers.
Maduro claims the march is 8 kilometers, but it's actually 4.
I waited for them at the people's house, El Palo.
Maduro waited in the palace. Wait until I take off my camera, please. Let the donkey be seen. Maduro. Live. I felt like I was speaking at the center of it all.
Miraflores Presidential Palace. The constitutional president, Nicolás Maduro. Nicolás Maduro. Maduro.
They're like real seals. It's ridiculous. He sits there knowing they won't attack him because there are a lot of people. There would be a lot of collateral damage. The United States could have ended this immediately. However, they haven't done it. If they haven't already gotten rid of Maduro, it's not for lack of opportunities because they've had them. Which to me could indicate that the plan behind Nicolas Maduro's story might be much deeper. Maduro isn't the only problem in this story. Even Chavez. He no longer trusted Diosdado. Even Maduro doesn't trust Diosdado. They don't trust him. Yet he still trusts Diosdado.
What a joy to see you here. Miraflores. Tremendous. We had a tremendous fight. Shoving. Of love.
Shoves of love.
Hearts of love.
People were recording because this could be the last time Maduro is seen alive. It's not a coincidence. We had seen it with other dictators, and I insist again, when the regime is on the verge of collapse, when they don't know where else to go, they do these things.
Punches of love, slaps of love, everything is about love. Because we are peace and love, of love and peace, of peace and love.
Maduro, who keeps sending subliminal messages to the people of North America, keeps making a fool of himself, obviously, and keeps saying nonsense. Peace and love. Peace and... The seals are still there, as always. Look at this one's face. I don't know if this one is Venezuelan or not. The one under my camera, I have no idea. But there are people out there saying he's Cuban. I don't know. I insist. I don't have that information. If someone can confirm it, Venezuelans, if you know anything, now's the time to comment. Are your super chat goals open too? Thank you for those 50 memberships. Thank you so much. El Abuelardo, let's put him here now. Your comments, please keep commenting live. This whole story, what are you thinking? What do you guys think about all this? I'm going to read your comments here. I find it extremely interesting. We're going to check it out here. The topic of Maduro. And now we're going to look at the topic of the airplanes. Cuba and Maduro have both sent planes into the air. We'll cover all this in the show. No rush. We'll be here for a while. Let's continue.
On a national radio and television broadcast, to all the communes, communal councils, and communal circuits of the homeland, to all the neighbors, to all the young people of the communes, we have established 5,336 are there communal youth committees in the territory. We have Insta.
Growth, advertising, age 12 months, and military strategies. What's the best? Thank you very much. What a beautiful horse, huh? Willie, long live freedom. I voted for Trump 3 times and would do it again. He's the best United States president in years. Thank you, Felipe Palma, for your comment, my friend. Thank you. There is something that stands out. We haven't seen any military presence in Maduro's speech. Is he trying to distance himself from the military image? He clearly doesn't have it since he lacks significant military experience. And he wants to damage the people's sympathy. I don't know how he's going to do this. I have no idea, but this is what he's trying to do.
Guys or girls? Let's start there. Raise your hand, guys. Thank you. All right, all right. Let's see, because women always have a surprise. Let's see, the guys are doing very well. Now let's see how many girls are here.
This isn't serious. It's just that I still don't understand. How is it possible that with such a massive military force, hundreds of kilometers away, with the goal of overthrowing him, this guy starts asking how many women and men are there? Atiye.
Atiye. Here we ended up tied. But honestly, I'm objective. Now let's see. I know what the result will be. Raise your hand, Caracas fans. Oh, man.
Thank you very much, Mauricio.
That didn't sound good. A little coffee to help me get through this rough patch, please.
Do you want some coffee?
Do you guys drink coffee?
Or
Do you prefer a guarapita?
they're all there for a snack. Amazing. He gives away ambulances, gives away coffee, gives away bread. What's that thing called? That panchocho? I don't know. What's it called? It's amazing. Look, there's something. I insist. Maduro doesn't really trust the military apparatus, and that's why he doesn't take it there. He wants to lead the people, but not the military, which he fears could betray him.
Faith, coffee. I know coffee. Raise your hand, Magalaneros.
Thanks for the super chat. I can finally watch you live. After 20 test attempts with Iran, I hope the same will happen with Venezuela. What's going to happen? Does it say here? What do you think is going to happen? Me? I think Donald Trump said something key tonight. Here's why. As we listen to Trump, let's first consider Nicolas Maduro. When we listen to Trump, we'll see and we'll understand what all this is about. People are going crazy, right?
Do I have to testify?
Is Maduro going to say anything or leave? Don't you realize? I think that... I want to ask you something. Is there anyone in the chat who is in Venezuela? Have they explained on television the number of military personnel surrounding Venezuela? Sancocho, thank you. Oh. Venezuelan television has said there's an aircraft carrier. Maduro doesn't even bring it up.
Of male and female leaders from the territory, from the youth there, inside the neighborhood, inside the community. They came out with their energy, they came out with their joy to say, Venezuela wants peace, Venezuela wants a homeland. The images of you dancing over there in Ali Primera Park. I saw you dancing Kadaru.
Maduro's Kadaru. Ha ha. Do you think he'll turn himself in? Dancing the Kadaru? Is Maduro going to dance the Kadaru? Do you guys think he's going to do it? The Kaderu. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I saw them. Look, look, look. What energy. This is beautiful, really, Pidu.
What Maduro is doing is terrible. Now, let's get to the important part of the story. Because there are several. But this one is going to be amazing. Over there, towards the end of the story. I'm looking for it around here. Maduro starts doing some kind of transition and oath. Here it is. Don't miss it. This is kind of like North Korea, but in a Latin, Hispanic way. South American.
The dreams of a free sovereign homeland were coming true. And I always thank God for having sent us a giant like our commander, Hugo Rafael Chavez, called to awaken the times, to awaken consciousness, and to raise the original flag of Bolivar. So, young people of Venezuela.
Attention, here it comes, guys.
And girls.
Attention to Maduro in cult mode.
Stand up, let's take the oath. And from my heart, I tell you and repeat with me.
Is this for real? Are you serious, Maduro? Don't you have anything else to do? Such young guys who have a future. Not very hopeful with you in power. In the country that could be the brightest or one of the brightest in the world. You have to make Venezuela go through this embarrassment. Is he crazy? Honestly, I think he has lost his way. And it's amazing. 95% of the radio stations in Venezuela are controlled by the government, says Eduardo. Wow. Is this hard? Attention.
From this Bolivarian Caracas, cradle of rebels and liberators, from all the towns and communities of the country, from
everyone,
from Mito Rugenio, from my family, I swear by the God of my fathers,
Majestad, I swear,
by the liberators.
It's tremendous. This is tremendous. Really? Look how many people there are. I mean, it's not that many people. I mean, this isn't thousands. It's not thousands of people. The population of Caracas. 7 million. The entire metropolitan area, 3.5 million. That's the estimate. 3.5 million. Nicolas Maduro unites this group.
I swear by my
family, I swear,
by my
homeland that I will consolidate, I will expand.
And I will strengthen the youth grassroots committees in the territory.
Are you recruiting them? Maduro is recruiting youth to sacrifice for him.
That we will be millions of free people? The Comunero youth.
and
That from the commune, from my neighborhood, from my community, I will build with my
hands I will build intelligence, the
new
truly society.
human.
Does he memorize this, or is he creating it on the spot? That's the question. Do you guys think that Maduro, what he's saying right now, this oath, doesn't it sound like the creed of the narcos?
Truly.
Free and
A country in
peace of
a people,
United the
true socialist society. of this 21st century that belongs to me as a young person. I swear it with all my love, with all my dedication, and I commit to giving my very life for
him.
a future in peace of our beloved Venezuela. I swear it! If you swore it, then fulfill it! Congratulations, guys!
It's tremendous. It's tremendous, tremendous. Maduro is recruiting elderly men, elderly women, housewives, poor people, people with disabilities, and now also young people, to the future of Venezuela, subtitled by Jade and Coyle. Maduro wants create chaos in the streets. I insist on this. Maduro wants to create chaos in the streets. He wants there to be a complete fracture in Venezuela. And that a few, which is what he represents, well, controls the rest of the population. Nestor, stop asking me to remove Maduro. I won't, because I'm discussing Maduro in his video. If you don't like it, click on the next channel. All right, friend? Please don't tell us what we have to do here. We are observing and analyzing. This guy, because he's out of it, he's not well. He's on a countdown. Look, that's it. He's going to go. I've told him. I've warned him. He is. I think these people are obligated. Nestor, good luck. See you. I think these people are obligated. They're totally obligated. We've seen it in several videos. We know they give her snacks. Ambulances, motorcycles. He's very alone, Maduro. He's very alone. We haven't really seen... Despite claims of massive support, there haven't been large demonstrations or crowds in Caracas. For Maduro, is it to save or support him? We haven't seen any of this. What we're seeing are images of groups. Of 100, 50, 20 people, 300 or 1,000 people, and not much more. Maduro's ability to mobilize is at rock bottom. It's really at rock bottom. There's another detail in this story, excuse me, that really stands out. Right now, I want to show you something. Pay attention to this. It's not when we see things on the map that we need to worry. You should worry when you stop seeing things. And right now, for the time it is, in the United States of America, it's 9:30. There's very little traffic of important planes in the sky. There are many training planes. But the planes we're interested in are not being seen, or not the majority. If we look on a line that crosses California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, all the way to South Carolina, from here down, there's nothing right now. What could that mean? What could we be referring to with this information? Could there be many aircraft flying now? With their transponders turned off? And if they're turned off, does that mean something is going to happen? How's the pizza at the Pentagon? What's the situation? Well, 2 hours ago there was an unusual report in one of the places, but the rest is calm, even calmer than usual. It seems like no one's eating pizza. Could be, could be. What time is it in Venezuela right now? We're the same as yesterday. 10:38. What has Donald Trump said about Venezuela? Because this is where the key point comes in. Trump on the Air Force One plane? Question from the journalist.
Have you had many meetings in Venezuela, sir?
Have you held many meetings about Venezuela, sir? Can you tell us what your next step will be? Can you tell us if you've thought about anything in your head regarding this? What would you like to do or take action on? I've made a decision about Venezuela, but I can't tell you what it's going to be. What will it be? Wait. But I've made it, Donald Trump said on November the 14th, 2025. I've made a decision about Venezuela, but I can't tell you what it's going to be. And now comes the interpretive part of what Donald Trump just said. If I can't tell you what it's going to be, it likely means something will happen. If nothing were going to happen, directly, I would say, let's keep fighting. In the Caribbean Sea, as we've been doing so far? Or could I say we're not going to attack Venezuela? We're not going to overthrow Maduro. He hasn't said anything. Silence is the worst. It's what torments Nicolas Maduro. What does he truly not know? Is the United States bluffing or not? He doesn't know. And that drives him crazy. An hour ago, the Secretary of War, he wrote, Operation Rock Rider, freedom of navigation for United States ships in Yemen, Operation Midnight Hammer, annihilation of nuclear facilities in Iran, Operation Southern Spear, destroy the narco-terrorists who murder Americans. Trump is serious and everyone knows it. Peace through strength. Who is the leader? The Maduro group? Who's with him? Uncle State? Vladimir Delche? Who has a bounty on their heads? All of them, 50 million for Nicholas. Now what we need to find is the date. When? When could it happen? We thought it could have even happened last night. Now the psychological game can start to play. Against Maduro. Who is he? It could happen today, tonight, tomorrow, or within a week. The wait won't last long either. It won't last long because no, with each passing day, it's a cost for the United States of America, a cost. Having an aircraft carrier deployed from there, having one right there, having all the military infrastructure that's currently being deployed. Look at the image. The image is terrifying. Pay attention to this image. We're going to put it over here. This is the image Maduro fears the most. Aircraft carriers, destroyers, cruisers, missile launchers, B-52 bombers, F-35 SF-18S. And that's because we still haven't brought out the FE-15S that are waiting in South Florida. Everyone is waiting. I was Trump. I think he's going to play a little so that more hype is created around this topic. Trump wants to generate hype. And there's another interesting image about all this. I'm going to show you an important image, something that can't go unnoticed. The United States Southern Command has published this photo. What we're seeing there is a piece of artillery, a cannon. If a large-scale ground operation is not going to be launched, this kind of equipment is not transported. It is not transported. It is not prepared. It is not worked with. However, there it is. There it is. And be careful, because we're going to go to the map. Last night I was talking on Garimba's show where they were kind enough to invite me. Mary Gaston, did I say something? We should be more attentive. At the back door of Venezuela, I ended up at the Caribbean Sea. Image from the elite troops of Ecuador, together with those from the United States. Where is Ecuador at the back door? Of Nicolás Maduro? Preparations over there as well. There are preparations everywhere at all times. And the airplanes? The F-35 airplanes have been taking off non-stop for 24 hours. At any moment, things are going to start happening. 100%. Now, what's the outcome of this? Put Maria Corina in the world, bring him from Spain so he can govern, remove Maduro, arrest him, eliminate him? There are a number of important questions and doubts there, and it's normal to have them. What's really going to happen with this? Well, that's it. We could meet in an unfamiliar situation. Thank you very much, Maduro, the worst beast in Latin America. Greetings from Colombia. Thank you very much as well. It's not an aircraft carrier. It's a democracy carrier. Yes, that's right, a democracy carrier. Yours, Koto? Thanks, my friend. It's amazing they support this alienated guerrilla. Thank you very much, Renee. Greetings. Of course, supporting Maduro is an issue. It's an issue. It's a serious issue. Andrea, thank you very much for the super chat. Greetings. Goodbye. What is the United States doing? It's making us pay attention. A lot about what's happening in the Caribbean Sea, about everything that's happening in the Caribbean Sea area. But is it really true? And has anyone ever stopped to think about what could happen at the rear? Clearly, the United States would need to invade Brazil's airspace or use Ecuador's, Peru's, or Colombia's. To get behind Maduro? It sounds bad, but that's how it is. But it's also a very likely scenario. There is less air defense, less military capability. Special operations groups can infiltrate to destroy the logistics of all these people who live in the jungle. Meanwhile, Maduro in Caracas realizes he can't stop it. People are starting to realize that Maduro's days are numbered. Maduro falls. Maduro falls. Would it be a good option? The military power currently deployed in the Caribbean Sea now surpasses Venezuela's by 10 times. Venezuela's military power, 100%. But let's see, Henry, thank you very much. Best regards. Do you think they'll use the F-22s? No. There's no need, Sabio. It could be used for suppression of enemy air defenses, but the F-35 can do that too. The fighter jets that Maduro has, the F-16s, no, they're not a match. The U-30s aren't a match either. Bringing an F-22 is like, I don't know, it's like bringing a nuclear bomb to Venezuela. It's a plane far above this mission's operational needs. Careful, can it be taken out? It can handle suppression of enemy air defenses, escort, carrier operations, close air support, even though that's not its main role. That's why you have the F-35 and all-terrain aircraft. In that sense, it's clear that in terms of stealth capability, the F-22 is superior to the F-35, but the difference isn't that big. Maduro's radars have limited capabilities. Maduro sees the B-52s but misses what's around them. In fact, if we look again at the radar image we've been seeing for several nights now, will we see it live here now on military strategies? The situation is that the radars Venezuela has have maintenance problems, and that's surely going to affect their performance capability. And they're not. It's just not good. Venezuela's air defense is not good. We've seen 3 Buck systems, we haven't seen more. A huge country like Venezuela can't defend itself with just 3 anti-aircraft batteries. Not even Saddam Hussein had so little. Look, well, actually, Saddam Hussein had more. So you understand, so you get this. At the time, at that point in history, it had the best radar system in the Middle East. Radar equipment everywhere, anti-aircraft systems. It had everything, wiped out, plunged into darkness. Check out this image. Do you see this right here? Do you guys see this right here? These are the United States radars that are monitoring everything happening in Venezuela down to the smallest detail. Everything that happens. The air traffic in the area. Look, Colombia. Look, Venezuela. This Iberia plane that's passing over there because it has to pass over there. This one that's also arriving over there because it has to pass through Venezuela. But really, the gap that's here is huge, and people are already starting to realize what's going to happen. Anna, thank you very much. Thank you for that super chat, Anna. Thank you very much, really. Thanks for the super chat, Anna. I'll put it here. Really appreciate it. Bernier, greetings. Strategy, greetings. Beautiful community. Thank you, Bernier, for moderating the channel. Thank you very much. There's one detail we can't forget. Did Russia abandon Maduro or not? I don't think it's that they've turned their backs on him. It's just that Russia simply can't send anything. They can't. Russia offered to buy Turkey's ESC-400 system because they need it for Ukraine. Sorry. Russia. Excuse me. Are you thinking about something else? Russia can't send anything. China can send, and yet it's not sending. For now, it seems that China doesn't mind losing an important ally like Venezuela. And this really surprised me. I expected that maybe China would send more. While it's true that a large part of the radars Venezuela has are made in China, but they haven't sent combat systems or anti-aircraft systems. They could have done it, but they haven't. Thank you, Henry. Long live free Venezuela. Greetings, my friend. Thank you for collaborating with the broadcast. They have abandoned him. He only has Cuba left, since Cuba knows if Venezuela falls, it will too. Can Tran multitask? Or two vermin? And of course, history repeats itself. I insist on this. It was here, now it's there. Saddam and Gaddafi fell. They all have. And in the end, there's no chance for Maduro to survive. There isn't any. So keep in mind this small but important detail. Are you saying that that Donald Trump is on Air Force One? I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm not looking. I'm looking at the map. I'm currently focused on other things. Something else needs to be said too. The United States will spend a lot on this operation, regardless of whether it uses cruise missiles or other methods. They expect there to be compensation afterwards. Let's be clear about this. It's not going to be free, but, well, that's not a bad thing. It's going to bring investment. It's going to bring business. It's going to bring money from abroad. All of this is going to be a benefit for Venezuela. Once Maduro leaves, the sanctions will end. Can you imagine? Water and power cuts will end. The situation could become very positive for Venezuela. We need to proceed gradually. But at first, it doesn't seem so bad. Definitely not. What else could we highlight? What else could we see? Well, Donald Trump was traveling to Florida. Could he? This suggests the attack won't happen since he's not at the White House, but it might be a distraction. Do you remember that moment when Iran was attacked? That Vivi said she was going to a wedding, or that there was a wedding that was going to take place of her son Trump, who had a very tight schedule. They're happening. Steps repeat. We have footage of Donald Trump leaving Washington to head to Florida. There he is. Heading to Palm Beach. He's leaving. And a chilly goodbye. Usually Donald Trump turns, gestures, but this time he just leaves quickly. Could something also worry Donald Trump? Is there something that might not be so clear? It could be. How has arriving in Florida been? We will see. We also need to analyze Donald Trump's images and body language, which are crucial to understanding what will happen. Images of Trump arriving in Florida. Does anything stand out? There's no greeting. He touches his leg. He pats his leg. Look, let's go back. He gives that pat like saying, let's go. He looks tired. He seems tired and pats his leg again. He pauses even when descending the stairs. There's a spot right here. Are you going to see it now? Careful, because look at the foot. I'll move the video up so you can see it. Let's take a look. Let's zoom in. We can see the frame here. Look at the feet. Donald Trump with his feet. Let's look at it from above. He makes a stop there. There's even a moment. I'm looking at the image here. It looked like he was going to stop there to say hello, but he doesn't stop. He jumps in the vehicle and leaves. Donald Trump hasn't been comfortable in the last few hours. He is having to make very, very important decisions. And that wears you out. It really does wear you out. Which we already have as well. Another image. After Maduro, now Donald Trump. It's clear that it's not going to be easy. There are also many internal problems within the United States, with numerous stories to note. The government, the Democratic Party, the famous files. And you already know who. But it does draw attention. Trump has not accepted questions. Inside the S-Force One. There is a scandal right now, also hanging over his head. Could Donald Trump use an attack on Venezuela as a smokescreen? Very possibly. Well, for us, as long as they get rid of Maduro, it's the same. Honestly, we're not that worried. But it's true. There are situations right now that are noteworthy that we have to keep analyzing. Please, family, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Leave your likes and your comments. It's super important to support military strategies. Really, thank you very much. Everything will be unmasked soon, whatever has to happen. I really believe so. I truly do. Not because I want it to happen, but because there are real indications that Venezuela is going to be attacked. At least the Maduro regime. No, not the Venezuelan people, but the Maduro regime. That's where things need to be made clear. But it's also true. Now, Trump from Florida is closer to Venezuela. He can visit the bases over there, the key bases, which are the ones in Tampa, the base that's south of Miami. There. Clear elements. That can indicate to us that the presence of Donald Trump in Florida could also be part of what is about to happen. We will see. We will see. Family, it has been a real pleasure to be with you. When we have more information about what is happening right now, we will do it. But Nicolas Maduro? The planes are ready on the runway. We've watched them take off and circle all day. Let's see what happens. Hopefully he'll leave and not return. Greetings, military strategies.